Now, we miss a lot of the tactile, the things we touch, and the auditory things in our environment all the time through sensory adaptation. And we talked about static visual stimuli too, unchanging visual stimuli with a dot in the middle of the circle. But the real world around us isn't static, it's constantly changing. People are walking, taxis are moving, etc. So surely we must be good at kind of taking in, visual scenes, right? Like we're humans, we got to have adapted to this kind of environment. We don't need to know what our socks feel like at any given time or what our noses look like, because it's always there. But in a scene, our visual environments are constantly changing as we move our eyes and make eye movements. So being able to perceive these changes is evolutionarily important, right? So I want you to play along with this task. I'm going to show you a video. You're going to see a group of friends that are throwing some basketballs around. And I want you to pretend that you're refereeing this activity. I want you to look at and count how many times the players in wearing white, the white team, I don't like that. The players who are wearing the white jerseys are passing the basketball. Whichever group passes the basketball more is going to be the winning team, okay? Your job is to count them. You ready?
How many passes did you count? The correct answer is 15 passes. But did you see the gorilla? This video is from research by Daniel Simons and Christopher Chabris.
Okay, so that's called the famous gorilla illusion. It's pretty old. Maybe you've seen that before, but it's a demonstration of what's called inattentional blindness. The fact that when we have our attention, our spotlight on a particular thing or a particular task, so in that case, counting the number of basketball passes we saw, we're then blind to things we're not focusing on. Blind in kind of a metaphorical sense. So a lot of people on their first time don't see that gorilla. So if you didn't, it's totally normal. But now that we kind of know that that exists, we know that that's a fault with our visual perception system. Let's see if we get tricked by it again. I'm going to show you another clip. Let's see if you can overcome inattentional blindness. So follow the coin, see if you can figure out where it ends up. There you go. Did you find it? So this goes to show that even if we're aware of what's happening, this video I hadn't seen before prior to this lecture, and this tricked me, which is weirdly frustrating that even if you know that this type of phenomenon exists, you can still fall victim to it. And the way this works is because you're given a task, just like how you had to pay attention to the white shirted team in the first video, and the red, the coin is put under the red cup here. So your brain is like, okay, the important thing in this visual scene is red. I need to pay attention to this red cup. So you're kind of filtering out anything that's not red, which is why a thing like a green bell pepper or a gorilla wearing a black suit is able to kind of go blind and not really be in your attentional spotlight because it doesn't fit the requirements of your goal, the thing you're looking for.